My name is Alireza Afshari. I'm a professor at Aalborg University in the Department of the Built Environment. And I lead the research group for building energy systems and indoor environment. A little bit about background. I'm going to talk today about what's the existing technology and a little bit about the future, because we achieve, as Bjarne Olesen mentioned, we achieve a lot of information and a lot of knowledge. So we need to continue with this project in the future. So I focus a little bit about that so you can understand what happened in the future and what the lack of knowledge. I mean, in recent years, people all over the world have started focusing more on saving energy and making building more environmentally friendly. From the climate change point of view, is causing more extreme weather, which means building need better heating, cooling, ventilation system to stay comfortable and safe. From the health concern, like COVID-19 have shown us how important it is to have a clean air inside the building. From another side, we know that traditional ventilation system bring in fresh air, but use a lot of energy, especially in cold climate, in cold weather, when the air needs to be heated. So therefore, we need a new solution and technical solution that can both keep the air clean and reduce energy use. Air cleaning technology actually can help reduce the need of ventilation with keeping indoor air healthy. Here I want to show a little bit about how air cleaner are used in a building. You can see here that we have, for example, a standalone unit. It can be also personalized environmental control system. We call it for PACs. And beam-based, that is what I did in one study during this Annex 78. And also, we can have the air cleaning in the primary air supply. About the technology regarding the air cleaner, so we have activated carbon filter. This one absorbs gases and odors effectively for VOCs, and we have also photocatalytic oxidation, PCO, and uses UV light to break down pollutants. We have also air ion generators, release ion to the neutralized particle and gases. And we have also UV-based air purification that kills viruses and bacteria. And in addition to this one, if you make a mix of several technology, so you are going to have a hybrid system, combined multiple technology for better performance. The key finding from the Annex 78, already Professor Bjarne talking about that, but let me, in general, we have shown that the gas phase air cleaning technology can reduce heating energy demand while maintaining indoor air quality. One study from KTH, Norusi, make a recirculation rate of 20%, 40%, 60% in office with heat recovery system, and this one lead to 8%, 16%, and 24% respectively heating energy saving. In residential building was a little bit different, but the impact of air cleaning without heat recovery was 3% saving per 20% recirculation of the air. The study that I did during the Annex 78, it was that we connected air cleaner integrated into the active chill beams, and this gave a primary energy saving of 26%. So, and it was another study that looked at the different countries. It was in Copenhagen, and energy saving observed across different climate. For example, Copenhagen was 9 kilowatt hour per square meter year, and Tokyo was 5 kilowatt hour per square meter year. Regarding the technology readiness assessment, early testing and potential of air cleaning system from Annex 78 showed that initial assessment was earlier study under Annex 78 tested a gas phase air cleaning system to see how well they reduce energy use and maintain air quality. Work in different climate in, I have already mentioned that it was in Sweden and it was also in Tokyo. So I mentioned about that. But, and also we focused on efficiency measures, a new standard called for clean air delivery rate per unit of energy is used to evaluate how efficient air cleaning systems are. One of the important, very important things is actually balancing energy efficiency and indoor quality in buildings. Finding the right balance between keeping the air clean and saving energy is a challenge. Why it matters more now? The reason is that climate change, from the climate change of view, more heat waves, wildfire and extreme weather events make it harder to maintain a comfortable and healthy indoor environment. From the health treatment, I can say the pandemic and concern about the air quality have made it clear that buildings need better ventilation to reduce the risk of spreading diseases. So another side, the problem with traditional system is that we use a lot of energy because they rely on bringing in large amount of the outdoor air. This is costly and not always environmentally friendly. So we are looking for continuing this Annex 78 in the future to find a new solution that needed to clean indoor air efficiency while reducing energy consumption. Okay, so about improving indoor air with advanced and cleaning, actually building need cleaner, but bringing outdoor air, that is what I say, and we waste a lot of energy. So gas phase air cleaning technology help clean indoor air without needing as much outdoor air. So key technologies is activated carbon filter that is actually trap harmful gases and odors. Photocatalysis oxidation uses light to break down pollutants, and air ion generator release ion that help remove particles from the air. How it works? The air cleaner works with mechanical filter. You need a mechanical filter behind every of these gas phase filters. And so we have to make a combination of this one. One reason is that you can reduce the particles, and the gas phase filter are going to remove the gases. They reduce the need to bring outdoor air while keeping indoor air clean, and to help energy saving and removing pollutants from the air. So we can see here. So the objective that I want to do is to develop a standardized framework for selecting and applying gas phase air cleaning technology, optimize energy performance across the building types and climate, define selection criteria for air cleaning and filtration system. We, despite the fact that we decided during the Annex 78 focus on criteria, but we need much more look at the other things with the environment and other things like pandemic and so on. We need to look at also this parameter as a holistic in this new project. Standardized performance matrix that already I have talked about that, and evaluate energy saving potential during the overheating and climate events, and conduct field evaluation and real world cases study. We started with this part during the Annex 78, but we need to have a really long-term measurement so we can see how the filter change and how the filter will be influenced by during the long term. And in the end, we need to focus also on support the regulatory framework. So the scope is focused on the focus on a office building, residential building. We can also look at schools and other institutional education, and we will focus also on it, because during the Annex 78, we find that heat recovery play an important role for residential and for office building. So in the future, actually, we wanted in addition to the different kind of the building, we need also look at with heat recovery and without heat recovery, and the develop in deep what happened. As I said before, a very important part is the long term, because you have a mechanical filter and you have also the chemical or gas phase air cleaning. So they have to go hand in hand, and we can see what happened during the long term. So actually we shift towards energy efficiency improvement, investigation, also cooling, energy recovery. I mean, also because when you have a recirculation in the room or in the building, so there is opportunities to save energy from the cooling point of view, and combining air cleaning and filtration as an integrated strategy. So, and how we study and improve air cleaning system, that I say also before, testing in real building, that is what I mentioned, that's very important. So we gather more information regarding that, and I hope for the new annex, we have opportunities that we can focus on this part and see what happened. In addition to this one, important is that we check how much energy is saved and develop methods to measure this actually in an accurate way. And one of the important part in this new annex is smart controls. We try to find a project that have create a smart system that adjusts air cleaning and ventilation based on air quality and energy need in real time. The target audience, I mean, who will benefit from this project, from this work? Policymakers and regulatory bodies. They can create better rules and standards to ensure buildings are energy efficient and have good indoor quality. HVAC engineers and building designer, they can design better ventilation and air cleaning system that save energy and improve air quality. Energy consultants and facility manager, they can find a way to reduce energy costs and improve air quality in the building they manage. And sustainability expert, for example, they can ensure that the air cleaning solution help reduce the environmental impact of building. And also in the end, researchers and educators, they can study new technology and teach others how to design energy efficient, healthy buildings. Relation to ABC Strategy Plan 2024-29, actually the new project will be in aligned with the goals of the ABC Energy in Building and Communicates Strategy Plan, which focus on improving energy efficiency and indoor air quality in building. So the key innovations will be combine air cleaning with HVAC system, integrating air cleaning system into the ventilation system, help reduce energy use while keeping indoor air clean. We can try also, we have already clean air delivery rate per unit and of energy, but we can focus more on that, and we can see if it is possible to again use the same things or other indicator that we can calculate, look at the performance of the air cleaner. In addition to this one, very important part is that I mentioned in the beginning of my speech, that we're considering the whole life cycle. When choosing air cleaning system, it is important to look at the energy use, cost, and also environmental impact over the system entire life. What we need for the new project is actually, we need experts needed for the success. We need gas phase air cleaning specialists. We need life cycle assessment experts in this area. We need regulatory analysis, and we need data and artificial intelligence professionals. We need cross-disciplinary experts. The collaborate organization in this case is we started already talk with DTU, and we submit a proposal already to the EXO committee in collaboration with DTU, Bjarne Willesen and Pavel. So in addition to this one, we need also HVAC manufacturers, technology developer. We are going to contact them in the future, and we need also people from government agency and policymakers. And we need, in addition to this one, also non-government organization and sustainability certificate bodies. I mean, there is, for example, if we can involve World Green Building Council, it can be very good for the project. Thank you very much. It was my presentation. I hope you enjoyed of my information. Thank you very much.